Good evening, everybody. Once again, this is a UFC 118 post-fight recap with Standing Bear Thunderheart. As you can see here, I'm surrounded by a different environment tonight, which is basically a hotel. Thought I'd hang out at a hotel tonight just to make things differently and the scene differently. So it'd be really cool to watch, as I do this post-fight recap. Now, off the bat, I'm just going to get going and get this thing started because I got a lot to talk about. This event was so exciting. Oh my God, I had butterflies in my stomach with most of these matches that I watched tonight. That's how great it was. So let me get going with this. But Mike Pierce versus Amilcar Alves, and the winner is Mike Pierce via submission. And Nick Opisak, if I can say it right, Opisak versus Greg Soto. Sorry if I mispronounced the name of that other person. And the winner is Greg Soto, unanimous decision. So please don't bite my head off for this, okay? I'm doing my best to pronounce the name. And Dan Miller versus John Salter. The winner is Dan Miller, Anaconda choke submission. Awesome match, awesome match. The way he just turned around and got him an Anaconda choke, awesome. So congratulations, Dan Miller. And Andre Winner versus Nick Lenz. Of course, the winner is not Andre Winner, but Nick Lenz on unanimous decision. So that was the matches right there. And another great match that I saw tonight was Joe Lozon versus Gabe Rudiger. And the winner is Joe Lozon via armbar submission. So congratulations on Joe Lozon. He's really matured as an MMA fighter, so definitely watch him, as he go up in the lightweight division. And of course, in the welterweight match, Nick Diaz versus Marquez Davis. These two guys were just swinging from the start. Of course, now Nate Diaz was all throwing his hands up like, "Come on, hit me!" And he actually got hit in the first round, and he was getting pounded. So I'm like thinking, Nate, come on. Sorry, Nick is his older brother that fights in Strikeforce. So sometimes I tend to get these, I mispronounce it, but it's Nate Diaz. And he was acting all cocky, but he finally got his, shit together and started fighting for real and actually got the submission in the third round against Marquez Davis. So congratulations on Nate Diaz. There are just times that the Diaz, I love the Diaz, the brothers and everything, but at the same time, they seem to be the most angriest MMA fighting family in MMA right now. I mean, I've never seen a family like that so angry, and I'm sure they got a lot of issues from their family, and I'm even sure from the society they grew up in, or people want to pick fights with them so much. But in any event, congratulations, Nate Diaz, on another victory. So that's great. And Kenny Florian versus Gray Maynard. The winner is Gray Maynard via decision. That was an awesome match. It was more of a chess game versus the one earlier with Marquez Davis versus Nate Diaz. That was just about throwing bombs and so forth. This was more along of the chess game. Whoever gets to who first and who out wrestles who out punches who, and so forth. So this was more of a chess game match, and I liked it. So the winner was Gray Maynard. So congratulations on Gray Maynard. And Damon Mia versus Mario Miranda. Now, two great Brazilian fighters going at it. Of course, Damon Mia's ground game was really good, so he had him really pinned down and had him pounded and so forth. So he really dominated the fight. And nonetheless, though, it did went to the distance, and the winner turned out to be unanimous decision, Damon Mia. Now, of course, Damon Mia ended up looking like a star tonight compared to when he last fought Anderson Silva, which Anderson Silva really made a fool out of him, really clowned him and really punked him and punched him out, broke his nose, everything. And Anderson Silva was just clowning around. He was dancing, and you all know that controversy. Y'all knew that stuff, so I don't have to really repeat it. But so he did not look like a bitch tonight. He looked awesome. So congratulations, Damon Mia. And the reason I'm laughing about this because Randy Couture versus James Lights Out Tony. Oh man, Lights Out Tony. I didn't really watch him very much. I'm not a huge fan of him by any chance. But then again, I haven't really been a fan of boxing for a long time. And I still like boxing as a martial arts and everything, but as a sport, I kind of waned away from that. And a lot of it's because of the shenanigans and the stupidity of the boxing industry in general. Not just the fighters, but also the promoters too, like Don King, and y'all know what I'm talking about. So, and MMA is really coming up in the rankings. I mean, and boxing industry is threatened by that, definitely. So James Lights Out Tony, who thought that he was going to show up in the MMA and is going to just knock out everybody and everything. James Toney, look, okay, you are a great boxer, but you're not a great MMA fighter, okay? You are a boxer. You should just stick to boxing, because tonight, Randy Couture won via submission with a side choke. And man, James Toney, you got punked, okay? Randy Couture took his school in ways that everybody knew that you were going to be taking to school. You thought you were going to just go walk in and waffle everybody and knock everybody out. No. And then on top of that, James Toney was threatening Dana White. He was all going all over the country, calling him names, even going around near his house and disturbing him. Are you crazy? Are you kidding me? I'm surprised Dana White didn't even call police on him. Seriously. I mean, James Toney, come on, look, you're 42 years old, you're a great boxer, but you're not MMA. You're not an MMA fighter. You're too old. You just retired from the sport in general. Enjoy, making millions in boxing. Look, you're just because you're threatened. You know what? Deal with it, okay? MMA is getting bigger, and at some point, it's going to surpass boxing, okay? So get over it, okay? Just get out of MMA. You don't belong there. You really don't. I mean, look, Brock Lesnar. I mean, there are boxers that actually can make it to the MMA, but you are not just one of them, okay? You talk so much shit, and then all this talk and everything. Look what happened. You got punked. You got out wrestled. You got choked out. You didn't even throw one good punch at all. So, lights out, Tony. Your lights really they went out on all right from the natural Randy Couture. So, congratulations, Randy Couture. He's one of my favorite fighters. And just to see Randy Couture really wrestle him was just a work of art, man. It was art in itself. Tony, you got bitched, slapped, okay? So you might as well just hang it up. And you look like Tony fans, sorry guys, and I'm not trying to be offensive, but I'm just speaking the truth. He needs to retire. He needs to go away. He needs to leave the scene and close his mouth like this. He needs to close it. So, and of course tonight, the lightweight championship fight versus Frank Edgar versus BJ Penn in a rematch. That of course last time on UFC 12, Frank Edgar took the title away from BJ Penn via unanimous decision. Well, tonight was no different, because Frank Edgar came out unanimous decision once again against BJ Penn. I gotta tell you, Frankie Edgar has really, did his job well, and he really came out and he out wrestled Penn, and yeah, even though Penn took him down, but Edgar took him down many times more. And I gotta tell you, many people were rooted for BJ Penn, but there were also people. Well, and here's the funny thing: tonight at the sports bar where I was at, the women were voting for Frankie Edgar versus the men were voting for BJ Penn. I swear to you, this was like a contrast of men versus women. And it just turned out that Frankie Edgar, I guess the new women, how do I say this? I guess, of course, women don't like BJ Penn very much. He's very arrogant and cocky, and I can understand that. And he's a brilliant fighter. But at the same time, I was just the observer. I was just trying to see what else happens. So I didn't really vote for neither one, because I really like those two. I also like to see underdogs win. So I really am happy for Frankie Edgar, just at the fact that I like to see underdogs come out on top. So, and I really believe that BJ Penn has been there too long as a champion. I think it's time for him to step down and either go for the welterweight or go for the middleweight championships now. I think he needs to step away from the lightweight now. I think he needs to either go to Strikeforce or go somewhere else with it. And Frankie Edgar now has really proven the point that he belongs there, and he belongs on the top. And so Frankie Edgar comes out on top, and the women were all cheering and screaming the loudest they can scream. They were even like, oh yeah, they were going crazy, flashing their breasts and everything like that. They really went crazy tonight. So Frankie Edgar, congratulations. I guess now I got to say you're a new ladies man. So go Edgar, yeah. I know how it feels like it, because I'm a ladies man, so I know what it means. I know what it is. I know how it feels to be that way. Even though I got Rainbow Heart Freedom Eagle, and I still go home with her, but I still got it within me too, so that's a really cool thing. Anyways, enough of the bragging. So anyways, once again, this is the post-fight recap of UFC 118. It was an awesome event. I really loved it, and I'm looking forward to doing more of these videos. These videos are so much fun. I really love doing these videos, and so if you guys make a comment, if you guys want me to do anything else, or comment on whatever else you want to do, Send me post comments. Send me what you need. If I need some improvements on something, just let me know. All right. Well, anyways, I'm Standing Bear Thunderheart, and I will talk to you guys another time. Healing, it is all that is.